All I like is all I like is the voice now. But you are not that people should put yourself.
I will meet the Nigerian Tribune. I also have the Punch newspaper, the Nigerian Tribune, and I also have the Punch newspaper this morning. Before we start, our committed analysts are here this morning. Yeah, they are here to do justice to the newspaper headlines. I have Mr. Chigozi, Mr. Kunle, Mr. Raphael, Mr. David, and also Mr. Matthew. Oluwawan is here also to do justice to what we have this morning. Okay, let's start over again. As to strike, NLC rejects Buhari 2-week ultimatum, insists on protests. NLC rejects Buhari 2-week ultimatum, insists on protest. As NLC falls the 2-week timeline, says 3 days enough to meet demands. 3 days enough to meet our demands. That's from the Nigeria Labour Congress. Planned protest illegal. Nigeria Labour Congress partisan says government. That's from Lai Mohammed. Planned protest illegal. Nigeria Labour Congress partisan says the government also saying it's not going back on protest. Aviation workers plan also to join the strike. Also says no going back on the protest. Aviation workers plan to join the strike. Now, CBN, the Central Bank of Nigeria, the panel in the CBN is worried over Nigeria's debt repayment capacity, the capacity of the country Nigeria to pay its debts. CBN panel is worried. EFCC, ICPC faults proposed ACJA amendments. Reps plan task crimes commission headed by IG. Reps plan task crimes commission headed by IG, Inspector General of Police. Now let's look at the unveiling of Shettima yesterday. Anti-Shettima forces angry as Tinubu defends his running mate. Anti-Shettima forces angry as Tinubu defends his running mate. Protests as Lagos land grabbers burn houses, injure residents. Protests as Lagos land grabbers burn houses, injure residents. Osun woman wanted for allegedly burning husband over infidelity. How Ebube Agu killed my 7 brothers in my presence. Died from survivor. How Ebube Agu killed my 7 brothers in my presence, according to the survivor. Adeleke wins appeal, gets certificate of return. Adeleke wins at appeal and gets certificate of return. 4 men gang rape Lagos schoolgirl for 5 days. 4 men gang rape Lagos schoolgirl for 5 days. Let's go to the Nigerian Tribune. Blackout again for the 6th time as National Grid collapse. Blackout for the 6th time as national grid collapses. 2 policemen returning from Osun missing after shootout with gunmen. Kogi Commissioner of Police. 2 policemen returning from Osun missing after shootout with gunmen. That is from the Kogi CP. Adeleke gets certificate of return. Appeal court affirms him as PDP candidate. Adeleke gets certificate of return. Appeal court affirms him as PDP candidate as Khan disowns bishops who attended Shettima's unveiling. Khan disowned bishops who attended Shettima's unveiling. I carry burden of trust, declares Shettima. I carry burden of trust, declares Shettima. El-Rufai Uzodinma Ayade Umahi absent at the unveiling. Don't sabotage this ticket. Abdullahi cautions power blocks in APC. Don't sabotage this ticket. Abdullahi cautions power block in APC. Protesters storm APC secretariat. Shettima Zulum meet Buhari in Aso Rock. Zamfara State Governor bar emirs from conferring traditional titles. Zamfara State government bar emir from conferring traditional titles. Nigeria Airlines raise alarm over aviation fuel price hike, foreign exchange capacity. Propose NLC solidarity protest for ASU illegal. Federal government propose NLC solidarity protest for ASU illegal. That is from federal government as NANS mobilizes for nationwide protest. Fuel subsidy, Rev summon Minister FIRS boss others to account for 2017 to 2021 regime. That is what we have this morning. On the internet, we have so much to laugh and also investigate about the bishops that attended the unveiling of Shettima in Abuja. Some people are saying that they were arranged, it's an RNG thing. Some are saying that they are members of the APC disguised as bishop, while some people are saying that the presidential candidate of the APC has already pledged that he will fight Jetty. Probably. This is playing out. What do you think? What is your take on those men of God that attended the unveiling of Shettima? I have Mr. Matthew. Mr. Matthew, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I wanted to call you Bishop, but let me know. You're not a Bishop.
But I understand that it's the media people that arrange those fake bishops.
Are you a bishop?
Maybe you were one of the people who have made at the time that ugly arrangement.
Are you a bishop?
I'm not a bishop, but what I can understand, one of the faces we saw on the social media, maybe one of them is your relative.
Yeah?
Maybe one of them is your relative. Going by the faces we saw on social media.
Bishop Max, let's continue.
Christian, I know where you are going. What I can understand is that I am not a bishop.
Okay.
But by the grace of God, I'm a servant of the living God.
Okay, let's look at whatever played in that event. Is it what's your take from that event?
Thank you for having me, Martin. You see, I think those people who organized that event, they were in a haste. They didn't do enough rehearsal. I mean, because they did enough rehearsal, they would
are they bishops to start with?
They are not bishops, from what we can understand. So they did so much mistake. Perhaps they were so much in a hurry. You can see some of them, they were even learning how to wear cassock. And from what we can understand, the one that is meant for Catholic priests, the priests only wear it during Mass. And this Catholic community have clarified that cassock, even as a Reverend Father, they only wear it when they want to minister, when they want to celebrate Mass. So for somebody who do not know the meaning, who want to create an impression and change public perception about an issue, decide to gather people in the name of bishops, wear them bishop attire, cassock, and so on and so forth. For me, I think it's their intention boomerang. They didn't achieve their aim.
I believe they wanted to represent the Christian community in that.
No, what they wanted to do is they wanted to change the public perception that the Christians are not against Muslim tickets. But again, they have failed in their attempt, because just like Catholic community have challenged APC to name the priest in their midst, and can have challenged APC to name those bishops, and they have challenged those bishops to make their name public and their respective churches. So for me, I think it's a show of shame.
Okay, let's look at the move.
Because if somebody had tried to mimic clerics in Muslim, in Islam, our brothers in the Islam, they'll view it as blasphemy. So that is why we should advise political parties, politicians, to tread cautiously. Because what people will it serve? For you to start mimicking clergymen, for you to start, because I saw the position of Tinubu campaign organization, that those clergymen are unpopular ones, that they may not be known by the public. But they were shy when press accosted them. One of them was even barricading his face with his bag. Because press wanted to know, why are you here? What do you stand for? What is your opinion with respect to the event of the day? What is your opinion with respect to Muslim ticket? They were shy. They didn't want to speak to the press. And we can see some videos online where it's alleged that they were sharing money after the event. So for me, I think it's a show of shame.
What would this spell for APC? What would that the perception of people?
It is already demarketing APC. Because the perception they wanted to change, the narrative they wanted to change, which is a reality, that Nigeria is not right for Muslim tickets. That narrative they wanted to change, that perception they wanted to change, they didn't achieve it. Rather, they end up destroying the image of APC as a party that strive on fake news, that strive on propaganda, that strive on deception. That is what they ended up in doing. So instead of changing the public perception, they ended up in destroying the already battered image of APC.
Moving forward, let's look at the candidacy of Shettima. The chairman says, don't sabotage this ticket. Abdullahi caution.
The chairmanship of who?
The chairman of APC.
Okay.
Don't sabotage this ticket. Abdullahi, that's his name. Caution power blocks in APC.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Kashi Shettima may not be competent. Competency is a different thing. But I fought Muslim tickets. I fought the position of APC and Tinubu campaign organization when they said it was based on merit, based on capacity, based on competence. Because before he arrived at that choice, Christian community through CAN have said it severally that what we need is a religious balance. We need a Muslim Christian ticket. So to that extent, you cannot tell me that in the entire northern part of the country, that you don't have somebody who is competent, you don't have somebody who has the capacity. Because I'm being careful, I'm borrowing the words of the proponents of Muslim tickets, that it is based on competence and capacity. So you cannot tell me that in the entire northern Nigeria, you cannot find a Christian that has that competence, that has the capacity to occupy that position and deliver on the job. So for me, I think it's an aberration. I think it is an affront on the Christian community. Because if you look at the Nigerian constitution, a situation where Christianity is not mentioned even once, and you have Islam mentioned about 28 times. I said it here the other day, that if you look at the statement that came from Baba Chilawa, who is a chieftain of APC, in accusing APC and their presidential candidates, that decision is disastrous. He did say that the lapdogs who he referred to, maybe as the Kano State governor and some other persons, who incidentally have a foundation, where if you look at the basic primary purpose of the foundation, that is to elevate people from poverty. But if you go into that foundation, the nitty-gritty of it, that is their purpose is to convert Christians to Muslims. So if you have such lapdogs who want to subjugate the system, because what you are seeing is subjugation in waiting. Because if they can prevail on a Tinubu to choose his running mate from a particular zone and from a particular religion, and he does it. It shows that they have subjugated him. It shows that if he wins, he'll be under their wings and caprices. So to that extent, how do you want Christians to feel their interest is protected under this Nigerian entity? The only way you can have that confidence of being protected is to have a Christian on every ballot. Come to think of it, even Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information and Culture, the other day admitted that he swapped target Christians. A revelation he made in diaspora. So what are we saying? What I'm saying is, I'm not condemning Shettima in person. I'm not saying Shettima did not have the competence to be vice president. But I'm saying that it is wrong going by some relevant section of the Constitution, particularly section 14, section 3. Though it is not expressly stated, but it's implied that if you give a position, it must reflect geographical balancing, tribe balancing, ethnic balancing, and religious balancing. And people who are citing 1993, I think we should remind them that 1999 Constitution happened after 1993. So that law was not in place. The law we are citing of 1999, that of 1993 happened before 1999. So however I look at it, if not for anything, for purpose of peaceful coexistence, national unity, and national cohesion, that approach of Tinubu is wrong. And Tinubu admitted it when he said he had made a hard choice. So I think he will live with the consequence.
Okay, proposed NLC solidarity protest for ASU illegal. That is from the federal government through Lai Mohammed.
I think I fought federal government by us standards.
No, it is ASU that is having the problem.
I agree with you.
So is it legal?
I agree with
every
you.
Other sector join?
ASU is a subset of NSC, National Labour Progress. You see, it is a passenger that tried to disintegrate NSC when he saw their force, their power, their potency under his administration. But however I look at it, I think what is pertinent, what is important is what the federal government is saying, that through the Minister of Education, that they should give them 2 weeks. Don't forget that ASU have been in this since 14th of February, about 6 months. Now, what is it that you want to resolve that you need 2 weeks, that you could not resolve all this while? And you waited until ASU gave a warning, a threat to demonstrate, to protest.
NLC.
Sorry, NLC gave a threat to protest. And look at when aviation industry threatened to down to. It took government, if not 24 hours, to resolve it, because they know that it borders on it's going to threaten the fabric of the financial base of the economy. Look at, we have been agitating that that NSC, TUC to synergize with ASU to make federal government come to the negotiating table. What are we saying? Now ASU the NSC is threatening, because they know that it will affect the economic base of the country. So that's why you see the government jittering. And I encourage, though I do not trust NSA anyway, because NSA under Ayuba have not been living up to expectation. But if they will use this opportunity to right the wrong, I think it's a welcome development. Because for me, I don't have confidence in NSC, to be quite honest with you. But if they can use this to right the wrong, to prove to the world that they are not just they are not a toothless bulldog. Because in the past we have seen instances where they will issue a threat, before you know it, they will rescind it. Federal government will put little pressure, they will rescind it. But I think I encourage them on this one to follow through and ensure that they make good their promise to embark on that protest. Because it's going to be a game changer. It's going to make the federal government realize that they are accountable to the people. And it is only NSC and TUC that have that capacity to force government to do the needful. Because government, whether you like it or not, if you look at the activities of Muhammadu Buhari's government, he has shown that it's not interested in resolving issues as long as it involves spending money. And whether you like it or not, to resolve this impasse, you must spend money. And federal government is not willing to do it. A situation where federal government is spending money on trivial issues. Mosquito net that they procured with about $300 million US, well, who they borrowed. Is it more important than resolving the issue of education in Nigeria?
Okay.
So for me, I think federal government should respect that ASU federal government negotiation of 2009 and do the needful by funding educational sector.
Once again, blackout as national grid collapses.
Buhari should hurry up and leave that stage. I think.
What's the fundamental problem?
The problem is the discos. Yes, the fundamental problem is one, the discos don't have the capacity to distribute. Then secondly, Genco is not well positioned to do the work of transmission. Then transmission company of Nigeria, sorry to say, is not well positioned to do the job of transmission. Then the Gencos too, the ones that are generating, I think they have their own issues. Because if you generate and you send it to national grid, it is from there that the transmission company of Nigeria, TSN, will transmit. But the problem is, are we generating enough to transmit? And what are the problems militating against generation? It takes us back to one, the issue of power plants. How are they able to get gas from the source to those power plants? That's on one hand. Then the other time, federal government was saying that national grid, part of the problem is because the hydro generation, the water level is down. That they needed to wait for the water level to rise so that the power generation can improve. And since they set it up till now, we have seen increase in the level of water. So I think we should be asking federal government, what is stampeding power generation, transmission, and distribution?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Matthew.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, APC big chieftain in Rivers State, Magus Abe, has resigned, and also bread sellers are going on strike today. Bread producers are going on strike today because of the hard situation. Have Mazi Chigozi.
Good morning, listening and viewers.
A representation of I'll Fight Dirty somehow was shown yesterday by the unveiling of Shettima. We saw some persons called bishops, and people are just skeptical about how true it was. Let me get a response to that.
People are skeptical about the personalities who claim to be bishops. There are real bishops and bishops of Abado, bishops of Cassava, and bishops of I Will Fight Dirty, bishops of tautologists and Owodas. So it's nothing different. It's unfortunate that the heaven and the earth have rejected them, and they have no hiding place. Why? Because decades of deception, decades of negligence, unfortunately has caught up with them. They think that their own deceptive mechanism can also strive, can work for them this time, but unfortunately, they are not in terms with the reality, and the unknown have caught up with them. So, as the Bible rightly said, that he disappointed the devices of the crafties, and their hands can no longer perform their enterprises. As the counsel of Ahithophel was rejected, so may their counsel forever be rejected.
Okay.
And that is the way forward for and the victory for humanity.
I'm thinking, if such a party will stoop so low in doing something like this, are these people the leaders we expecting?
That is an expression of desperation. You see, and it is self-destructive, it's self-inflicted. They will not let go. They will not let their own captives, those they have held captives, those they have deprived their source of livelihood, those they have moguled their entire destiny and future, to let go. You see, they will want to hold on to that which unfortunately belongs to the entire masses, to the selfish. You can imagine a man that is still shaking and they still want to become the president of Nigeria, a man who has no, of course, a clear record. The former Chicago boy, well, how do they call him? You see, whose antecedent is well known, Bobo Chicago. Is now coming to, fight for the position of president. If Nigeria has been a sense society, if Nigeria is a system that can be trusted, such people wouldn't ever even have the guts to even fight for make chancellor in the world, let alone becoming the president of Nigeria. It's very unfortunate because Nigeria is a very callous and irresponsible entity. That's why, of course, these people could have their way. Otherwise, that wouldn't have been possible. And that's why we are calling for, of course, the dissolution of this system that have allowed them to strive over the years. Millions of people, I listened to Peter B. He said that his daughters are hundreds of millions of Nigerians who are impoverished by these greedy, selfish, and tyrant personalities within the corridor of power. And over 70% of the Nigerian population are predominantly youths who are either unemployed or underemployed. The Nigerian force, what makes it up now is casual workers. You work for 20 years for your active service of 20, 25 years, you have nothing to show for it. Once you have been thrown up, nothing, you can't even seek for redress. Is that a country you can no wonder a man like him, Tinubu will say that labor will labor and die. Which means, of course, he has no plan for the future. He has no plan for you and I. You see, then you can imagine the rascality behind that. So it is born out of desperation. Desperation to remain relevant, the desperation to continue to subjugate the people. And unfortunately, they do not know that the window that is available now, that have been opened up, of course, there can be a match to that. And unfortunately, and that will drive so much desired change that will bring us to the breaking point where, of course, a new system, as we look up, of course, for the new earth or a new nation, are called Biafra, either by referendum or by any means. But the people has the right, of course, to seek for self-determination. It is their fundamental and inalienable right, which cannot in any way be usurped by any system.
Okay. You notice that some of the Southeast governors were not present in that event.
Some of the Southeast, like who and who? Who are you expecting? Who are you?
Umahi, we had Uzodima not there. We had Erufai Ayade. Most of them were not there.
My people say that ikukubo ahu otelo okoko, and when okoko nyola ahun, when a hen farts, the earth will be pursuing him. You see, when a hen farts, okoko nyola ahun, so that is just an indication. That is what I'm telling you, that the end is upon them. The end is already predetermined, predestined. So what you are seeing is just an end, because of course, even within their party, they're already destroyed. They're already apart. So what do you expect from the people? Is an indication that Nigerians are becoming more politically conscious and aware of events. And people could no longer take their destiny or leave their destiny in the hands of these destructive elements.
Let's go back to the NLC protest. Lai Mohammed, on behalf of the federal government, says that the proposed NLC solidarity protest for ASU is illegal.
Who said that?
On behalf of the federal government.
Okay.
The reason why he says so is because the airline workers are joining, other people are joining. He's saying that this is for ASU. Why are other groups joining?
So, even in the Bible, when Jacob understood that his name is Jacob, and he has to wrestle with an angel that brought a new transformation to change that name. That name, Jacob, simply means deception. So who can born a child and call him Satan? He will be acting like a Satan. Whoever has answered the word lie, you see, you said lie, Muhammad. So what do you expect him? So that is his destiny. He will be acting in line with his personality, his name. So whatever he's saying should not be far from lie. And do you expect, of course, the masses to buy into the lie? Unfortunately, that even him himself, no matter how he has been trying to cover up the lie, he understood that he is part of the failure of the system. And unfortunately, how could you have ministers, state governors, and those within the corridor of power, you see their children, their own words, graduating in different varsities across the country. The same citizens who have equal opportunity, equal rights. If at all there's anything like equal rights in Nigeria, you see them striking for over. This is not the first. They have been on strike, they called off the strike, and they went back to the strike. So they have lost almost 2 years or 3 years of the academic calendar in the last 7 years. So we are not just talking that this one they just resumed that have been extended to 6 months plus now. In 7 years, they have been, the Nigerian academic system has lost 3 years of their academic life. So what are you talking? What are they asking for? Since 2009, only 200 billion. How much has this government borrowed in the last 1 year? How much are they expended? Only on the current expenditures. You see, these people has no plan. It is the acts of wickedness. Any man with an open heart and a good conscience can never support this system. Any man with a woman with a good heart and an open conscience, an open heart with a good conscience, we never support this. So anyone you see supporting this system is wicked. Is a wicked fellow. See, when you have millions of our youth, staying at home, they have lost several years of their academic life. People that should graduate under 4 years will spend the next 7 years because of striking. You see, they have lost their life. They have lost what, of course, and after that, you have no placement for them, no place for them, and you still call it a country. What kind of useless country? No, listen, what kind of useless country is this, your Nigeria? And what can you tell the world that you keep on answering a Nigerian? Isn't that a shame? It should be an assault on humanity for you calling yourself a Nigerian. You are a Nigerian, right? That your own country cannot invest in her own youth. David is here, he's crying that. Look at David.
Thank you very much.
You graduated since when? And you have not received any placement. They don't even know whether you exist or not. And you want me to continue to believe in that your one Nigeria. Isn't that madness? So we must call for referendum. We must continue to advocate for an end of this cruel system so that humanity can be preserved.
Thank you very much. I have Mr. David.
Good morning to Mr. Christian.
Yeah.
Mr. Chikole just threw a jab at me. He said, I graduated since when? I just graduated probably in 2018. And he has graduated before me. So it shows that something is not right. He graduated.
Do you want to throw your jab?
No, I'm not throwing jab at him.
You are just getting ready. Your jab is in your mouth.
No, he said.
You want to throw it back at him.
He said, I graduated and I'm jobless now. But he too, Mr. Chikole too, I graduated some years back, probably in either in 28 or 29. So you are the same.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that our generation. Somebody wants to. Let's continue. Let's just stay around.
Okay.
You have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Come on. Stay with me. Okay, let's look at Shettima. The unveiling of Shettima. That's the talk of the town now. What's your take on what transpired?
Mr. Christian, it's so obvious that Nigerians have rejected APC. It's so obvious because you cannot impose a Muslim ticket on Nigerians. We have a Christian Muslim ticket. People have been butchered in church. Worshippers have been killed. People have been slaughtered on a daily basis. And even the vice president, who came to be a Christian, has not come out publicly to debunk this thing, or to even sympathize with the Christian family. He has not even come out openly and said a word. But now, one person is now proposing a Muslim ticket. So you think Nigerians are gullible? Or you think Nigerians now, they are saying Muslim tickets does not matter? That what matter is if truly competency. Are they competent? Are they competent? If one man cannot say that in the whole of the north there is no competent Muslim. He said so. He said in the whole of his north there is no competent Christian. So that means indirectly he is making mockery of the Christendom. Now, some stupid bishops, some fake bishops, they were hired. I know they were not even Christians. Most of them were carpenter. There was one carpenter I identified among them. See the way they were putting on kashok. Asiwaju can do and undo. He went to hire miscreants, gave them bishop clothes, kashok.
Miscreants?
Yeah, they are miscreants. Are they bishop? Okay, if they're not, wait, if they're not, what they can say? What they can say? What they can say? God don't know them.
It's only bishop.
We don't know them. Are they bishop? Can you point out any prominent bishop among them? See the way they're even putting on the kashok. Bishop that cannot face interview. They were adding their face.
No, according to the Tinubu's team, they say they are not popular.
Which
bishops? They didn't be popular.
They didn't be popular bishop. What? Let them tell us. These churches, the church, this bishop, pastor, we want to go there on a Sunday and worship. We want to worship there with them.
You want to leave your church?
Yes, I will leave my church and go there. APC, as far as you can do, I will do. These guys came out and said they were promised 100,000 naira. After the whole show, APC gave them 40,000 naira. I need to see the video. Did you see the video? You saw the video. No right-thinking bishop would attend that Shettima.
They are all mechanics.
Unveiling yesterday. We saw it. We know these people. They are miscreants. We saw one of the Agbero in this Oshedi. It was identified here yesterday. We went and saw Kasok for him to pretend as bishop to come and do so that Nigerians will believe that the bishop has endorsed him. We are not fools. We are not fools. We've told him yesterday. He said he must win this election. He's saying it by every conviction and by what authority that what is a must for him. See, I want to tell. See, I'm saying it for the that Nigerians have rejected it already. It's a no-go area because this Muslim ticket, my brother, it will not work. It can only work in a developed society. Nigeria is still developing nation, so you cannot exclude religion. Before they were saying Muslim ticket does not matter. So if it does not matter, why are you inviting bishop to come attend the unveiling? Why are you bringing in unveiling bishop to come and towards Shettima's unveiling?
What is it? They are cloned. They are cloned bishops. Somebody said they are cloned. They are cloned.
Even if they are cloned, they are not cloned. I want to say that the Christendom society, the Christian body would not support a Muslim ticket. It is obvious.
You are saying this is a minus for APC.
It is. See, you could see it's not a talk of the town that Nigerians have said no to it. Nigerians have hated it. Even the deputy vice president of Kenya land, Oyedepo would come out and speak. Abadeboye would speak. We have so many Nigerians that will reject it. So many Nigerians have come out to say no to Muslim tickets. No to Muslim tickets. Yes, that is it. Because now my religion is not protected in governance. Sorry, in politics. You need to carry everybody along. Okay. He felt because MKO tried it, so if he can try it too. MKO tried it. He didn't win election. He did not win. Was this one? No, he lost. So I want to say it again that Muslim ticket is a no-go area.
Just stay with me so that we have one. Okay, we have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to contribute to what we are discussing this morning. Who is online? Who's online? Who's online? Who's online? Okay, let's continue. Now we are looking at, even in the APC, there are factions that are against Magnus Abe.
Both of the prominent Christian senators in APC have said they have resigned due to this Muslim ticket. It's so obvious. There's rancor in the party. There's fracas in the party. Even within them, we saw what happened yesterday. Prominent Nigerians went there and protest during the unveiling, saying no to Muslim ticket. It is obvious. It cannot work. It cannot work. It has been Christian, Muslim, Christian. You want to try Muslim. So, when we have a vice president that is a Christian, Christians are being killed in churches. Go to a war.
But Muslims are also being killed. Muslims are also being killed.
Muslims also. I am not saying Muslims. Are they for once attack any mosque? Answer my question. As mosque, which of the mosques?
In Kaduna.
Say it. Which of the mosques?
I can't get the actual mosque now.
Get it now. Google it now. Google it. Which of the mosques?
You will not tell me that.
I start to correct.
You will not tell me that they have not.
No. See.
I don't have time for that now.
If you have time for it, Google it. I don't know.
Okay.
If I know, I'll not come here and start saying it. So I start to be corrected.
Okay.
Probably when you have the fact, you can display it so that I can see. And then again, I would.
That the Boko Haram are only attacking churches. They have not attacked mosques.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Let's continue. Propose NLC solidarity protest for ASU illegal. That's from Lai Mohammed talking for the federal government.
Mr. President.
Answer.
Mr. President, I believe Lai Mohammed should not tell ASU what to do. This strike has been lingering since 2009. Government cannot find a lasting solution to this ASU strike. How much is the money in question? Just 100 billion. Just 100 billion. And government cannot give to ASU. In 2020, during the lockdown, ASU was on strike for a good 1 year. Still, government persuaded them, begged them to call off the strike. And these people went back to the classrooms. Now, you beg them that after the strike, you will give them the money. Up to now, since 2020, how many years? Almost 10 minutes. No, from 2020 till now, nothing has still been done. And you want the people, the ASU lecturers, to call off the strike. It's impossible.
Okay, let's get some of our those that are watching us to contribute to the program. You have 2 minutes. If you are on, there's a link we have pasted. Click on that link to join the program. And if you're on, please, when you come online, you have 2 minutes to contribute to what we are talking about. Can Christian Association of Nigeria disowns bishops who attended Shettima's unveiling? Hello, Mr. Anoche. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, the big boss, Christian.
Good morning, Mr. Anoche.
Yeah, good morning.
Let's get your opinion.
Yeah, my opinion is that CAN should shut up their mouth. You see, CAN should focus on Imo State. And I'm advising all the Igbo youths to go and help our guys out there. How on earth can one man be killing people's children like if they're animals? And can all governors they kept mute. Now they can't be the only man who can speak for the Igbos. Is there not seen in the court? That can't go to hell. They should talk of the children that were killed, that have been killing since, I think this is over 1,000 plus have been killed for no reason. What is his name? The governor of Imo State said that they are tout, bandits. And the DOS said that DSS said they are ESN. Who do we believe? If they are ESN, where is the gun? Did they exchange fire? No way. So Karen should talk first of our children that are being killed, our brothers, our cousins, human beings being killed for no just cause, just to reduce our population. Let Tifnubu's running mate is secondary. What is important to me is all Igbo youths should go to Imo State and occupy the government house and destroy everything. When it comes to finance, we will support them. Let them go to hell. That's my take. Khan should be quiet. Yeah? All right?
Yes, he's suggesting that as Sri Lanka did in their country, so should Igbo youth go and occupy the Imo State governor's house. Okay.
What I'm saying is that at this point, ASU should not be deterred. ASU should stand for this just cause. It's a just cause. It will benefit them. It will benefit our future. It will benefit those in school. In other words, go to our universities, go to the institution and see what is happening. I want to say there that Nigerians should be more. Nigerians will suffer if Ashwaju becomes the president.
Okay, National Grid collapses again.
It's a regular trademark. Yesterday twice. It is known. National Grid will only collapse every day, every time. Nothing is working. What does it take them to fix this power? How can a country with over 200 population still be dragging between 3,000 megawatts? 3,000 megawatts. Egypt is using like 50,000 gigawatts. Gigawatts, not megawatts. Gigawatts. South Africa is the second. But Nigeria with over 200 million population is still dragging. Tomorrow, power supply. Yesterday, it happened around 12. Somewhere, there was no light. Blackout, drought. For how long can we do this? And one man is saying, when it becomes power, become president, will give us constant power supply. We've been hearing this since 1999. Ashwaju regime, Ashwaju tenor, will be worse than Buhari because now with the sick chop. Now with the 6 months to do.
Bread sellers and producers are going on strike today.
Yes, absolutely. Because of wheat. So you see how the country every day it keeps going down. It keeps going down. And one man is telling Nigerians that it's a must. He must become president. He's saying it as if he's saying it with what every commission that was. It is stone. It is not a stone. It is not of Nigerians. We were left. Who will balance the affairs of the country? Nothing imposing himself on us. Nigerians cannot withstand another hardship again for 4 years. A man that has policy, he claims he has good plans for us. Good plans with Agbado and cassava. Is that a good plan? If they have good plans for us, you will not say that the youth will eat Agbado and cassava. So what I'm saying is that at this point, we've rejected Muslim tickets. It will not work. Let them go to hell. We will stay and protect our votes. And then again, ASU should not relent. Let them not allow Mohammed cajole them or the federal government bamboos them. Let them remain on their toes. Let them be resilient. Fight is a just cause. Government should release the money, or else let everywhere be shut down. We don't mind. Don't go to school again. Even the school where we go said, we still work. Even the school where we go, we still work. Let us not put the school again. Let us not remain like that. And for labor, I will commend them if the proposed strike would work. Let everybody occupy the country. Enough of all this nonsense.
Okay, thank you very much, Obong David. I have. Should I call you Bishop?
No, David Kumbi, you have no reason to be a fake bishop.
No, he can be an affair. He has beard.
Okay, before those fake bishop dressed up, we watched them. Some persons scammed them when they were putting on the overall robe, the robe, bishop robe. Do you understand? We have very mean bishops, those ones that look like criminal on their faces, parading themselves to be bishop. It has never happened in the history of this country before. Some persons, they are campaigning, they are agitating for the support of Christian Association of Nigeria. That's why they went up to that extremity to dress Aboro, miscreants, to look like bishops. So there are many bishops around, but the only thing is that, what are our security operatives, agents doing? What are they doing? They should have swooped on them to present what? Their documents. A bishop can never be without a document. There must be documents that clarifies you a qualified bishop. At least you must do what? Go to the school of theology. You must read theology. You understand me?
Yeah.
Bible, you must read. So how could a miscreant just wake up early in the morning, put on bishop robe clothes, and some persons did not arrest them?
But can disown the bishops who attended this?
Can only disown, can only talk, cannot walk. Doesn't do anything other than talking, hiding, no action, hide and seek. Has the prerogative to hold anybody, interview him. Are you truly a bishop? Which school did you go? Where is your certificate? But cannot do that, because follow what they said God said, and God did not say. God said, people in the authority, follow them with your mouth. What? Sellotape. That's can for you. That's Nigerian can for you. We won't talk, because God says, people in the authority. I don't know what I understand. So, Christian, you let us start our normal program, Jerry. Good morning, everybody, our viewers.
Okay.
I respect and
normally
greet all of you.
El Rufai, Uzodimma, Ayade Umahi, absent at that unveiling.
Unveiling who?
Of Shettima.
Shettima.
The southeast campus in that area.
They can never. They will have no business to be there. Southeasterners are not Muslims. Yes. Southeastern region of Nigeria are 355,000% Christians, meaning no Muslims.
No, we have Muslims here.
No.
We have Igbo.
No.
In my village, there's a mosque in my village.
No.
I know Igbo men that are Muslims.
No, Christian. No.
That's my village.
No.
My village.
No. The community where I come from, we are the Jacobites, and we traced our lineage down to Eri, Gad, the 5th son of Israel. It is an abomination for an Igbo man from Omabala to do what? Be or become a Muslim. Alu, are you listening to me? Instead, they will be what? You see them indulging into paganism. Alu say, and you can see all of them has channeled their way of worship through, by the means of, the first means, which is through Judaism, now which has translated into Christianity. That's where I come from. Father Tans is my great uncle. Father Tans, St. Tans.
Yes, St. Tans.
This guy's not taking the first African saint on the soil of African continent. I don't mean the ones that are living outside the continent. We are Christians. The reason why there was low turnout, most of the Southeast governors, they could not take part on unveiling Shettima as what? Tinubu running mates. They will have no reason to be there. Look at the Okorocha is supposed to be there. Okorocha of all people. Okorocha that has built mosque in Imo State government. Okorocha that has been supporting Hausa, inviting all manner of Fulani men to stay, into Imo State. Okorocha has no reason to be there. Dave Umahi was what? Made a state governor by Christ Embassy Church. Christ Embassy is a core Christ Embassy member, if you don't know. That man, Dave Umahi, that is misbehaving. The original initiator of what? Ebubagu. is a Christ Embassy member, staunch one. And let me shock you guys. Before anybody in Ebonyi State could become a governor of that state, it is what? The church. Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria from that axis. Ebonyi State what? Chapter. They are the one that will make you who you are. They are the one that will present you to the state. I'm telling you. Omai is from PFM, Ebonyi State chapter, and he happens to be a member of Christ Embassy. Anybody that is from Ebonyi State will know that I'm saying the gospel truth. And listen to me. So, unveiling Shettima as a running mate to Tinubu has exhumed another word, international chill on the Southerners. How could a Southern man with them feet deem it right? Think that is right. Thinks that is right. For a Muslim to be a president, a Muslim to be vice president. And we are dying now that a whole Pastor Chibanjo is the vice president of Buhari and the Christians are dying. If Shettima could be a vice president of Tinubu, who is a Muslim, oh my God. The Holy Ghost, they will pack all their Ngbongbo, their properties. The whole Christians in the south, they will pack all their Ngbongbo in Abuja. What? They will be crying all their way home. Because fire, there is fire on the mountain. The river Kachim Shettima was the person originally who initiated, in conjunction with Modu Sharif, insurgency in the northeastern Nigeria.
There was an accusation of Modu Sharif by Malafia.
Malafia was killed. As a result of that accusation, that was what killed Malafia, the former central governor.
Deputy central
governor. Deputy, yes. That was how the man was killed. Because milling or hour, there is water on the mouth of a toad. That's why toad doesn't talk. Toad says he doesn't know if he speaks, water will enter his mouth. My life, I wouldn't have gone that extreme of voicing out what transpired in 2014 about the what? Invitation of insurgency to the south. But the deputy governor, central bank governor, was killed. Later, injection. Soludo can. Who's the
in Sri Lanka, why don't Imo State residents occupy the Imo State government house?
Thank you so much. That's a very good question. Yes, that question is very good. Oga, hope who's the map more? Hope who's the map more? Let me explain in English. Hope Uzodinma is a deadly human being. He drinks blood. He kills. He maims. Life does not matter to him. Occupation or occupying Imo State House by the youths or Imo indigenous could spare what? Doom. Anybody that dies has died. Nigerians, we don't want losing our lives. And the southeastern region, that part of Nigeria, that geographical part of Nigeria, this country has lost many sons of theirs over the months now. Since the inception of Uzodinma's government in Imo State, do you know how many Imolite youths that were killed? They were numbering in their thousands. Some uncovered, some covered. Are you listening to me? Some were uncovered, some were not covered. No, some were covered, some were not covered. Are you listening to me? So, occupying Imo State House. Hope doesn't mind. He doesn't mind killing all of them. Hope Uzodinma more is a killer. We don't want waste anymore. Wasting of lives, no. Igbos have been killed and man over the years. Let me tell you. Do you know that 1960s? Let me count from 1963, 64, 65, 66, 67 till 1970. Igbos were killed in their large numbers. History could not give us the accurate account of the Igbo men's what? Massacre. Massacres of the Igbo. In the past, man, where it was running millions. Let me tell you, in 1967, Freddy Forsyth wrote, he said, before the inception of the war, Igbos killed were numbering over 3 million Igbos. Were killed around Nigeria, across the country, Nigeria. In Adamawa Mountain, in Adamawa Forest, where Adamawa linked with Cameroon, there was a thick forest there. It was called Adamawa Highlands. Igbos were farmers living in those bush. Pregnant Igbos, pregnant women and their husbands, killed and maimed by Hausa Fulani. Soldiers from Gowan, soldiers from Danjuma, soldiers from Ramat Murata Mohammed. They killed and maimed the Igbos in the bush who are farmers in Zamfara forests everywhere across the north. They killed and butchered and maimed them. They were loaded in large number inside trains. They bought trains on the way back to Umahia. Along the line, they do what? They mow all of them down with plagues. Let me tell you, we lost many souls. We don't want to lose souls anymore. If you go occupy Imo State House, Sri Lanka president has what? Conscience. Imo State governor is a desperate man. He stole your house mandate. Somebody that stole mandate has no thinking faculty. He has no conscience. He's not a human being. If you occupy Imo State House, he will kill everybody, including his mama and papa. Hope Uzodinma is me. That's why he aligned with Hausa Fulani and they stole what belongs to Ihedioha. His mandate given to him by the Imolites. So it doesn't matter. If we occupy, if Imolites occupy Imo State House to protest against a beast like Hope Onuku Uzodinma, he will kill everybody. No need of protesting. See, Sri Lanka, you see, they are white. No, but their color is white. They can reason well. They don't reason like animals. You don't go to Imo State to protest. I will not allow my mother, my uncle, my father to go and protest, to go circle Imo State House. Hope will tell soldiers to open up. Open what? Place. He's going to kill everybody. Hope has killed Ikonso. Hope has killed 14 Igbo boys day before yesterday. Shot all of them. Hefty guys that went to Ebankwine marriage ceremony. He killed all of them. What? He accused them of what? Criminalities. We did not even know what they did. Who is a crime-free person in Nigeria? Nobody is crime-free. We don't know what those 14 boys did. As I'm talking to you now, they said we are committing crimes. Don't you know that is when you protest against APC, you are a criminal. That is hate speech. But when you protest against Jonathan, went to Ndubisi Kanu Park, went to Kanu Park, Ojota Park, you are doing the needful. You are not committing crime. When you protest against Buhari, when you're protesting against a man behind a mask, you are committing hate speech. You are committing treasonable felony. Are you listening to me? When you say that Jonathan is a son of drunkard, a son of fisherman, an idiot, you are doing the needful. That one is not protest. It's not a crime. But what I'm doing now, telling the whole world the truth, is a crime. Are you listening to me? Okay. So, Christian, our brother that wrote to us that we should go and circle the whole Imo State, like what happened in Sri Lanka. I think we should not do that because we know that Hope Uzodinma is not smiling.
Okay, NLC solidarity protest for ASU is illegal. That is from Lai Mohammed.
That's very good. Lai Mohammed, Nigerian Information Minister, he says that if NLC, if they do the needful, the labor is what? The backbone of any nation. Labor is the strong bone of Ukraine. That's why Ukraine still remains the highest producer of wheat across Nigeria, across the world. Labor is the backbone of the United States. Labor is the backbone of China, Russia, Britain, in fact, all over Europe. Because that's where food comes from. That's where technology, engineers and engineering work and other things. In the factory, they work today. It's labor. They are busy in China manufacturing all manner of electronics. Labor. Are you listening to me? In Nigeria, labor. Nobody knows labor here. If any labor do PIM, Christian, I say what? If anybody as a labor do PIM in Nigeria, like Mohammed will not tag that person only illegal. He will call the person a thief. What will happen? Mr. President, faceless president, he will order the security agents to do what? Shoot aside at labor. They are what? Thieves. They are what? Terrorists. Shoot them, shoot everybody. Fulani men, Fulani herdsmen that are killing, they are not terrorists. It is labor. Wabanaba, he is the terrorist. Eh? Now the Kanu that is preaching peace for Igbo man, peace for Southern Nigeria, peace for Christians, peace for you and I. He is a terrorist to Buhari, to Malami, to Lai Mohammed, to Shettima. He's a terrorist. Yes, that's why some persons went to Lekki Toll Gate. Yeah, 2 years ago. It's almost 2 years because it happened 2020. 2 years ago. They shot everybody. Innocent Nigerian youths, Lagosian youths, beautiful people, intelligent guys. They shot all of them. What? To death. Irrespective of the fact that they were cladding with Nigeria flag. For our illiterate soldiers to know that they are patriotists. But you know what? Regardless of the fact that they are having the flag, Nigerian soldiers, they do not go to school. They are zombies. They shoot all of them, more than all of them down with blood because they don't know the meaning of when you are attacking somebody, he comes with national flag, showing you that he is loyal to his country. Nigerian soldier that is busy drinking brukutu, kunu in the barracks, mami market, he doesn't know the meaning of flag, being cladded to protect someone, to prove that somebody is what? Patriotic.
Okay, thank you very much, Mercy.
Are you listening to me? Labor! Impota protest, if you are on your own, my hand no day there. Because let me tell you, Labor should have protested long time ago now. Is petrol not sold at 200 naira now? Is it this time? Is it the right time to protest? They should have protested long time ago. Let me tell you, Naba Waba, Haba Naba Waba, the Hausa labor man, you are on your own. Trade Union Congress, TUC, you are on your own. Market women in Lagos, across Yoruba land, across Igbo land, across North, you are on your own. My advice is that you should go and sit back home. No, the right thing to do. Comes 2023. Okay. Use your PVC well. It is your right.
Okay, thank you very much.
Vote to the vagabonds out of power.
Mercy. Thank you. I have a breaking news before I allow Mr. Akunle. The chieftain of the ruling of Progressive Congress in Lagos State, Moshood Salvador, has defected to Labour Party, saying that the national leadership of the Labour Party had given him the party's governorship ticket in Lagos State. Salvador says that the leader of Conscience Forum in Lagos APC said he was moving with the entire members of the forum across the state into the Labour Party to serve and protect his followers. I have Mr. Akule. Good morning, Mr. Akule.
Yeah, good morning, Christian. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, Tina. Good morning, everybody here. Nancy. Good morning, Sketo. Good morning, Yari Bosa. Yerioba. Good morning, every one of them. I greet you all, and I want to greet the owner of the Flip TV too. Good morning to you, Egbo.
What's your take on the Bishop saga in that Shettima Unveiling in Abuja?
So, you know, Christian, I keep saying my own problem is beyond all these jokers, all these cards they always play when the election is coming. There are three things that always divide Nigeria. What are the things? Religion, ethnicity, and quota system. Quota system, right? Those three things, they are the cards the politicians play to divide Nigeria. To me, I'm a Christian. I go to church. If I see mosque, I go to mosque. Also, my prayer can be answered in any one of those places. I won't tell you I'm a fanatic Christian, and I won't tell you I'm a fanatic. I believe in fanaticism Christian, or I believe in fanaticism Muslim. because we have been here practicing both religions, and the poverty keep growing. The poverty keep, rising. So who are we are we the people that are not practicing the religion well? Or is it the leadership of those religions that are not really, in tune with what is going on? Because average people that go to Aso Rock today, they won't tell them whether it's a Christian Luther or it's a Muslim Luther. You see, in the Muslim, one guy stole 80 billion naira from the Islamic area. In the Christian, they are prosecuting people like the Zianin. They are prosecuting people like the former Attorney General under Otuala. They are prosecuting them. They are all Christians. So what are we now saying? Me, I will not allow anywhere, any country. If I go to India today, if now voodoo they are practicing and my life is being well. Look at Chinese. Chinese don't put religion into their head. Have you ever seen any Chinese man that will tell you he's a Christian or he's a Muslim or he's a this? See, these are the problem, and it's because we are our reasoning, thinking so low. And what makes it that, look at it, is all these youth, it's all our youth around, they are still nagging on that. They are, instead of how can we move forward in this country? And the way things are now, either Muslim, either Christian, either Muslim, no one can take us to promised land. No one, any one of them. Because they really, you see, somebody was telling me that we things to be more holier than Pope in this country. And the Imam, the Muslims they think to be more holier than Imam. But when they do bad that thing through Jesus Christ, our Lord. That's just it. Fella said it. The philosopher, the great philosopher said it. Right? And that's why if you discard, I don't look at the messenger, I look at this message. Right? So a lot of them condemn, this guy is a smoker, is a fornicator, is all this. But how about the message? How about the message that is coming out from his mouth? So about religions, I will always tell you, if it is this Nigeria we have, don't go into the religion aspect of it. It's when the center no longer hold. They will throw the dice of the religion. They will now want to set us against ourselves, right? Set us up against ourselves, and which I don't believe it should be the right thing, and in which I believe is the dysfunctional structure of the country is providing this.
Someone is asking, are you Christian or Muslim?
My brother, I go to church. Doesn't make me a faithful Christian. Doesn't make me a saint. I'm a Christian by birth. Yeah, you know where my own line. I cannot argue with them, and I cannot join them in argument, because my mom was a Muslim. My dad a Christian, my mom a Muslim. My dad married from a Muslim home. So the two regions, and I told you when I went to bury my mom, the two religions come together. You see the, what's it called? The Muslim with the Lawani, you see the Christian with the, what's it called? Christian
Muslim.
You say what?
What I get from what you just said is that you're a Christian.
I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. Christmas, yes.
Okay.
So,
propose NLC solidarity protest for ASU illegal.
Who's saying that?
Lai Mohammed.
Who's saying that?
Lai Mohammed.
Because they've allowed them.
Nobody said because the aviation
union
is joining.
Union is joining. Yeah.
So he's saying that this is ASU's problem. Why are people joining?
Now, let me tell you, the advent of this problem we are having is since this country that does not even obey the conventional agreement, the UNESCO conventional agreement, that 20% of nation's budget should be allocated to education. Nigeria signed that pact with UNESCO. Nigerian government signed that pact with UNESCO. Why are we derailing? And why they derail on that agreement is they don't want you and I to be educated. so that we know our rights. Once you're educated, you know your rights, that will be the end of suffering. That will be the end of poverty. But it's what is happening now. They gave us they produce half-baked graduates for us in this country. The education we have is not even full to the utmost level we're supposed to acquire that education. As I'm telling you now, they withdrew history from the curriculum. When there was Hula Baloo on the withdrawal, they bring it back because they don't even want us to know where we are coming from. They don't want us to know how do we arrive at this level. So the problem with the country you have is a country that are ready to kill the destiny of the youth, and they've succeeded in killing the destiny. Yeah, they succeeded. If they are not succeeded, ASU will not be on strike. The student will not be on the streets, lying fallow on the streets. And they say an idle mind is a devil workshop. A lot of them must have been disconnected from what they learned in school, from what they learned in university. So what are we now saying? All the structure, if the head is rotten, the whole part can be okay. The head of this country is rotten. So how do we now make a shift away from the same head we have been using that is rotten? And there's no Panadol that we can put on this headache that we are having and that can cure it. And the only Panadol is the restructuring referendum, right? So all these things we are saying, religion dies, religious ethnicity dies, all these things, that one will be a bygone forever. So to me, as I am, I don't believe in any dice these people are throwing to me. I don't believe it. Because they will throw it to you, you fall for it. The governance will start again. You are the one that will suffer it. Those ones say Muslim, Christian, they will still go and have an handshake, have a dinner with themselves. Forget all these people. My mediocre man. I don't even want to buy. That is just regional system. Nothing else. Nothing else. And they are saying, is it not same INEC that we need a foreign body, a national foreign body that will come in and organize us if we can't organize ourselves. Or maybe we invite the Britain to come and recolonize us. I think I may prefer that one too. Make them even come colonize us. That's the problem. Because a fool at 40 that is a fool forever. This one is a fool at 60 something. Are we not 60 years of independence now? Are we not 60 years? What have we achieved? The only thing we've achieved is insecurity, influx of Boko Haram, influx of bandits, influx of kidnapping, influx of blackouts. As I'm talking to you now, the power sector has gone down again. The megawatt has gone down again. The turbine majority of the turbine in this country has been shut down again. So what are we now saying? And they want election inside darkness that will still bring darkness to this country. And they are spoiling the system to the extent that anybody that comes in, it will take 100 years to refix this country back. The whole world are not looking at us as a serious nation. The whole world, when you mention Nigeria, they will tell you Nigeria is a laughing stock. They turn Nigeria to a laughing stock. They turn Nigeria to a laughing, smiling stock. That anybody that hear now, even go to Cotonou there, they will laugh at you. You're Nigerian, you people that are not serious in your country. Go to Ghana. Why are Ghana chasing us away? Why are Ghana deporting Nigeria? Not just opposite. Ghanaians went to our American, a place that was a mark for new Nigerian embassy. What did they do there? They went to bulldoze it up. That is to say you are not relevant. You are not relevant.
Thank you very much, Otumba Kule. Good morning. Thank you. I have Oluwawan. The language,
Christian.
The language
is for call your
of East Colorado.
East Colorado. The East Colorado. We are the west side. Good morning. Good afternoon, my viewers. Nigeria, outside Nigeria. God bless you all for keeping eyes on us. For giving us to giving you more information of what is happening in Nigeria. We are Nigeria, although we are not here. We are Nigeria worldwide, and we are going to claim that Nigeria again. Now we are claiming it again. That language they used to call giant of Africa, we are going to be giant again.
Okay, what is happening with the bishops? I saw some bishops
According to the language, it says some bishop went and wear Galamia of bishop and
Galamia, no,
yes, they now wear Catholic to represent the bishophood. Now to tell the whole world that the bishop are not accepted the Muslim ticket. Don't know that people have already seen that they are magical, systematic play. They are acting drama. That's a dramatical error. Nobody is going to apply for Muslim. Muslim is a team of the past. They already served themselves in the past without action and without selection on mind. So you not take Nigeria for granted. The Nigeria was pride. The Nigeria was pride. The Christian John were saying we don't want a situation like this. We want a representative that will represent our color, our faith, our religion in that house of Asura. Now you see went ahead to lift that man hand up. That means we are pushing. So he is pushing forevermore. I mean, Tinubu, APC is pushing. Nobody is going to go for them. They already know their handwriting is on the wall. They are going nowhere.
Said, I must win the election.
The language, I must win. The first time, it is my turn. Now my turn. Now my turn. I must win. All those are language of renegade. When you are beginning to enter the grave of yard of death, you begin to make a statement that will even nail you. And now he's nailing himself. I must win. Who is going to vote for you that you will win? Is it I? Is it only the Muslim in Nigeria that will vote for you? What about us? What about all the Christians? You go nowhere. You win in your house.
But some bishops were support in that place.
Those are fake bishops. Those are fake. They have already given them some money. Now your money is not important to us anymore. What is important to us now is our future. And we know our candidates. If you like, you can do all practical anything. You go nowhere. You can win. You go and win in Bodilon. Not in Nigeria. Nigeria is more than Bodilon. Nigeria is more than APC. Nigeria is Nigeria. And we can't apply with all those systematic wrong language. It's teaching us all those language is insult. It's a bullshit. That's why I will tell you that we are
We're sorry for that break in transmission. Yes, a very, very serious technical issue that we had there this morning. I would say welcome back. Thanks for your patience and also being with us. This is Flipsy, the bystander at a distance. Welcome. Nigeria is a wonderful country. I have a Oluwa one.
Hey, Christian, what's happening?
Your language is causing problems.
Why?
You said those bishops are from East Colorado.
Those bishops, they are mangled. They are mangled from the pit of hell. There was a sponsor. The sponsor they somewhere hell, and we know their face. They are fake. No bishop will attend that ceremonial. That ceremonial is a bullshit. It's a fucking vagabond bullshit ceremonial. And I made Tinubu, that is the flag bearer of APC, now use handwriting to spread the whole show that APC is zero. That usually the language that say they will win. The first language is the Maton. Now we will win. Why don't say the next president in his body long home? Not in Nigeria. Nigeria is bigger than Bodilo. Nigeria is bigger than APC. So let him and Shettima, Muslim, let them go and build mini big mosques in Bodilo, and they'll let them go and rule themselves here. They're out of the game already. You and I know. They're motherfucking bullshit.
He said he must win. He must win.
He must win in his own corridor of house. That is the Bodilo. Bodilo in the Kois is larger and small for him to rule. So I rule his people, not you and I. You and I are free. We are not released from the bondage. The realm of the power of God already released us. So APC gone, PDP gone. Obedient, sit down with us. Obedient, sit down with us. A new phase have come. A new revolution have come. We're not going to use sick. We're not going to fight anybody. We are going to vote with our PVC. We are using our PVC now against all of them. And now is our time. And our time is reaching on the world. Now they are gone home. Now that's why they are crying. It's my turn. Now I will win. What is preparing you? Because obedience have now circulated the whole neighborhood of Nigeria. Both the Tata and the elderly now understand the meaning of obedience. It's a systematic change. The systematic change that is ruling Nigeria all. Go to the north, go to the west, go to the east, go to the south. Everywhere is obedience. And now is the language. And now we are free. Now the promised land is near. And now we are going there. And now Nigeria is going to see the truth again. Now we are going to eat. We are going to be secure. We will know that we have a president we hold responsible for. Even though there's anything. Not the president that we have now that you don't even know who we are. They don't even care about us. So now is the time to go home. And now we already defeated them. They are defeated already. Not to see the Calabar. They went to charter bishops. Our bishop na Milik. Popu na Enjemi Bamu na Baladun. They are gone.
What will you say to those bishops?
Those bishops, they are digging their hell. They are going to the bottomless pit. Without that can back down, they will bury themselves alive. They committed against the fellow in blasphemy, against the majority of Nigerian Christianity. They fell away because of just small peanut that Tinubu gave it to you. How much is the peanut? No, you're not blaspheme the Almighty because you want to be somewhere, you want to chop. How do you want to chop? What about your children? You fell away. And now, all of you know. So I will advise the right bishop. Don't imitate those fake ones. Do the right thing and say the right truth. Because the truth will set you free. The truth is bitter, but it will set you free. And now the truth have arrived.
Bread sellers and those that are producing bread are going on strike.
Because everything's up. Because the government never care about you and I. All I want to say is that they don't care about us. They don't care about us anymore. They only care about themselves. And now we don't want them anymore. We don't want their fucking shit vagabond anymore.
Okay, who are you voting for?
You already know the language I spoke earlier on. The whole neighborhood is obedient now. It's language that changed dramatically for you and I, for our peace. for the future of our children.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
After my brother. Okay, let's start. Let's look at the bishop yesterday is the talk of the town. Let me get your opinion on that.
Anyway, my name is Lucky Edonobi Lagos. Thank God I'm heading today. I'm fine. I'm okay. Tinubu have started with wrong note. Very, very wrong note. And we don't like anything fake. Since APC came in, we have been having fake things. Fake promise. 3 million job every year. Fake. Petrol 50 naira. Fake. Security. Fake. Boko Haram for 6 months. Fake. The man is safe there. Fake. The man sitting down there in National there. Fake. So everything is fake. Bishop again now. Fake. You see, so starting early with bringing a fake bishop is a disgrace. I get him, it's a disgrace to Tinubu. He start earlier of, he has lost the election already.
He has lost the election.
He has lost election already. If he started having bias against you, and you are not saying the truth, he has lost the election already. Already, there's nothing wrong having dialogue with the Christian leader. Say, please, I need people. They will tell him.
No, but their position is that they are not for the Muslim ticket.
But Mosiko are not arranged for fake. And where I noticed they are fake, when the press was interviewing them, they started hiding their face, bending their face. It's very, very wrong. You don't disgrace God. God is almighty. God is everywhere. God is one. So it's arranging fake. It starts very wrong, very wrong. It's not good. It's not good at all. So the indication that he has lost the election already. The meaning of that, the Christian will vote for Christian, and Muslim will vote for Muslim. And don't mind you, some of the Muslim brothers are saying Muslim ticket is wrong. Automatically, Tinubu have lost it. That's what I believe. Have lost it.
Very much. No more time.
Yeah, thank you.
I have my Oga. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
No, strike.
Okay, 1 minute.
Strike. 1 minute. Yes, strike. See, this strike, I support strike. I support them. Forget like Mama what he's talking about. He's afraid. This strike, everybody will lead. Everybody will come out. We'll strike here. That strike will take place. The day we start, all of us will go there. I promise everybody. Yam don't cost.
Thank you very much. Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, hi, you're welcome. Your name, sir?
My name remains Ajin Fujal.
Okay, what has APC done wrong? Yesterday's event, when they say they brought these bishops, they are being castigated by Nigerians. What have they done wrong?
Actually, it's not coming to me as a surprise because I understand the party called APC. The foundation of APC is form of a lie. They are based, they are hypocrites. So if they come yesterday and put on the regalia of a Catholic bishop, they can never come to me as a surprise because said by the books we shall know them. The cover of the book signified signs of the content. So we understand the rudiment and the basis of APC since the inception of APC since 2015. Something good has never come out from the government. So see the candidate of APC, presidential candidate right now, are you telling me something good can come out of it? Somebody that is faking us, he couldn't have a educational background, his origin is also fake. So you cannot diabolically surprise when you are seeing them playing tricks about the matters that concern Nigerians. We shall know them.
They were trying to convince Nigerians that Christians are in support of Muslim tickets with that act. So what do you think about Muslim tickets?
Actually, Muslim tickets
with the situation of Nigeria right now, when you see that Christian has been killed all over Nigeria, and we are still having Muslim Christian. What of when Muslim ticket? What can we envisage? You know, a lot of things will be battling with Christian mind or a reasonable Nigerians. The Muslim ticket will not go well for Nigerians because we bring a lot of crisis. Any slight of crisis against Christians can trigger divisions in this country. So you cannot buy rights with Muslim ticket. It's only Jews to Nigeria. So I see APC as unserious party for bringing out Muslim ticket. They have failed totally because they failed in their performance. They are the incumbents. They failed in their performance. Now, to bring out the candidate that will be formidable, they fail also. So, I think this is the right time Nigeria will think in a normal direction and do the right things. Okay,
before I continue, who do you think should have been the best candidate for APC?
I think Oshibajo is a formidable in South because the background of Oshibajo was quite clear, and he also has the experience being the vice president for 8 years. You cannot buy it out. He has a very solid experience he can use to govern Nigeria if given chance. So the chances of APC right now is very slim. I see them losing totally in this coming election.
Who are you voting for?
Actually, I will go for most experienced candidate in this coming presidential election, which happened to be Atiku, because of his experience and his will to bounce back. Let me just chip in a little thing. Atiku has been with Obasanjo when Nigeria was in doom. After the Abacha has collapsed our economy then, Atiku and Obasanjo revived Nigeria economy. We failed all our loans. We bounced back to the extent of having reserve for the first time. Atiku with Obasanjo, they do wonderfully in telecommunication, where Nigeria is communicating easily right now. It was the source of the Obasanjo and Atiku then. We gain more employment in that sector, which can never be right off till now. Reformation of banking sector was done by Atiku and Obasanjo then. We also see a solid economic team formed by Atiku and Obasanjo, the likes of Okojo-Iweala and Anko. Nigeria was start moving very fine in that era.
Femi
Adewumi and this woman they killed. Dora Queen. Those are the people that stood up and put Nigeria back to track. And that is what Atiku wants to do now. Nigeria has divided because of APC has failed Nigeria severally. So we need somebody that will unite Nigeria. The unifier is Atiku. He understands the rudiment of Nigeria. He married from Southwest. He married from Southeast. So he has that will to unify Nigeria to be a one. And the economy experience was in his own advantage. Okay. And we see Nigeria will bounce back if being elected.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. Yes, sir. Thank you. You have come to the end of the program this morning. I'm Christian Chifu, bystanders and a new stanza. Thank you for being part of us. Thank you for being part of the program. We are expecting that you join us tomorrow, same time on Flip TV for another session of the program Bystanders at the Newsstands. I'm Christian Chifu. Bye for now. Till tomorrow.
I don't say